Hey guys, so today we are going to be breaking down the incoming ZENKAI for this green Ultimate Gohan. This is a very old unit, so it's going to be interesting to see what they do here. This guy is one of the few characters in the game that has a cover rescue ability, so he's able to come in off of a cover change and completely end the combo on the spot. I believe the way that they designed this character, it's been years since I've used this guy, but I vaguely remember him wanting to just spam a bunch of green cards to gain buffs, if I remember correctly. But yeah, this was the first ever Ultimate Gohan in the game. This guy came out, I want to say, like 4 months after the game release or something like that. It was very, very fast. So yeah, this guy's very, very old, almost 4 years old. Let's go ahead and click the maximum stats button and we'll see what he looks like post ZENKAI. Wow, that's a very high strike attack stat. So this is a character that definitely is a specialist in terms of strike attack. Very one-dimensional style character offensively. Defensively, typically I like to see stats in the 180s for modern day Zenkais. I'll take that strike stat at 180, blast 179. Definitely not the worst defensive stats, but I would have liked to see a little bit higher. Strike attack is definitely going to be the main feature here, so it'll be interesting to see if they gave him any sort of major buffs here. Now, I do have his old info pulled up on a different screen here, so I'm going to be able to compare and tell you guys what they changed. So let's go ahead and see here. Normal. The blue card is the Super Kamehameha, deals major impact damage, and then it inflicts all enemies, not all enemies, inflicts enemy with attribute downgrade plus 20% to damage received for 20 counts. So that went from strike damage to all damage. Okay. The green card, Potential Unleashed, applies the following effects to self based on the number of times Special Arts card Potential Unleashed is used. 40% of strike damage inflicted. So that was all it was. So it was just 40% strike damage inflicted for this first card. Now he gains Cannot Be Cancelled, and he gets extra Ki recovery for that. That's pretty good. All right, card 2 is 40% to blast damage inflicted, and then he gets 30% to special move damage inflicted as well. So prior to the ZENKAI, this was just 30% to Ki recovery. So that also gets a pretty sizable buff. Now, I actually don't think this blast damage is going to matter at all. I mean, it's nice to have extra damage in general, but this guy is so heavily based on strike that his blast damage, even with this extra 30% buff, I don't really think is going to be doing that much at all anyway, so it's kind of whatever. The special move damage is nice though, I'll take that. All right, and then it says card 3 and onward restores Ki by 50, cancels attribute downgrades, and 20% of damage inflicted for 15 timer counts. Oh wait, oh no, okay, I see what they did. Okay, so actually prior to ZENKAI, let me actually see if I could show you guys, because this is much easier to show than explain. So prior to the ZENKAI, this is what they had for the green card. They actually had 4 instances of the buffs getting applied. So they basically consolidated this into 3 buffs instead of 4 buffs. So now instead of having to use the card 4 times, you use it 3 times, and you're getting a bit of an extra boost as well. So that's pretty good. Ki by 50, attribute downgrade, cancel, and damage. I would have, from the 3rd green card you're using with this character, I maybe would have liked to seen some kind of like, I don't know, like you draw a card or something like that. I mean, I don't know if they gave him card draw speed in his kit, but something a little bit more on that 3rd card I think would have made him just that little bit better. So we'll see. All right, and then the ultimate is going to be the Burst Rush. So this does massive impact damage. That already did massive impact damage, okay. And then applies the following effects to self upon activation. So that whole middle part is new. 30% ultimate damage inflicted, and then minus 30% to enemy sustained damage cut. That is new. That was not on here before. And then the reduces enemy Ki by 50 on hit is not new. That was already there. So the extra ultimate damage and then the 30% to enemy sustained damage cut buff is pretty good. I think that's actually going to make you hit decently harder with this. All right, let's take a look at the actual core of what this guy is going to be doing here. So he has the main ability, You Don't Stand a Chance. Draws the Burst Rush, he heals by 20%, and he gets 50 Ki. So keep in mind, okay, so yeah, and then he gets +1 to amount a cover rescue can be used. So this guy can actually cover rescue twice. So the only thing that this main ability had prior to the ZENKAI was drawing the ultimate and getting the +1 to the cover rescue. So that 20 key, or sorry, the 20% HP, and then 50 key is new. So I will definitely take that. Could it have been better? Yeah, it definitely could have. Like they could have given him like extra damage or maybe like 10 seconds of card draw speed or something like that, but I'll take it. Z ability is 35% to hybrids or Sun Family Blast Attack. It's actually not the worst considering how old this character is. And then the Zenkai ability, I'm just going to assume it's green hybrids. Yep, green hybrids. Okay, makes sense. All right, so the first sneak ability is over here, Fool. Now this guy is so old that I would imagine that these are going to be completely different than what the pre-Zenkai unique abilities are. Applies the following effects to self when this character evades an enemy attack with a vanishing step. Draws a special arts card next, activates twice. Okay, so that's not new. Restores ki by 30, that is new. 20% damage inflicted for 10 counts, that is not new. Oh, there's the card draw speed. Okay, that's new. Increases arts card draw speed by 1 level for 20 counts. 20 counts is actually a long time. I don't know. I don't know how I feel about these things activating on Vanish, though. Because the thing with these effects activating on Vanish is that if you switch into this character, for example, in the middle of a combo to sort of like draw the combo out, he's not going to get any of these effects, right? He's just going to come in and he's going to have none of these available. So, we'll see. Cover Rescue. Receive 0 damage when changing cover for the first time, available during assists. 20% strike damage inflicted for 15 counts when activated. Obviously, the Cover Rescue is going to be very good. And then the extra strike damage is whatever. I mean, it's going to activate maximum of twice a fight. I don't know. We'll see. Rushing to the Rescue is the first new unique ability here. Applies the following effects to self when an enemy activates Rising Rush. 1 Dragon Ball and shortens subcount by 5. Okay, this is actually interesting. So it's kind of like a mini version of the Broly movie Goku / Tapion ability, where because both of them reduce their subcount by 10 when the enemy uses the Rising Rush. This guy reduces by 5. But the thing about this guy is he has Cover Rescue, so he completely nullifies the Rising Rush unless the enemy has nullification for special cover changes active. So this is actually because imagine you use this guy with like Ultra Gogeta, right? Ultra Gogeta reduces subcount of allies by 5 when the enemy rushes. So if you rush Ultra Gogeta and you just switched out of this Gohan, you could instantly bring him back. So that's interesting. And then you're going to be able to, in most instances, just completely neutralize their Rising Rush. This could be interesting, this one right here. All right, and then the final unique ability is Power Without Equal. Applies the following effects to self when this character enters the battlefield. Draw a special arts card now. Okay, that's good. He just draws one friend to the battlefield. 20 key, 70% damage, and then 30% reduced damage received. Okay, you know what? This is... I was kind of skeptical on this guy before I saw this. This potentially could make him look pretty good. Does he have damage reduction anywhere else? I don't remember. Damage reduction on the green? No. Okay, so his only form of damage reduction is the 30% here, which is not great, considering his defensive stats are really not that high for a Zenkai character, but honestly, that seems okay. I feel like he should be doing some pretty good damage. So so this is where he's really going to shine. This is like the sequence they want you to use with him for, right? You Cover Rescue, then you Vanish them, right? And then you're going to have... so basically, you're going to have all this stuff active, right? You Cover Rescue, you get the 20% strike damage buff to activate. You Vanish, you get the 20% damage buff to activate. You get keyback and you get card draw speed and you draw a green card. Then you're going to have this active just baseline. So you're going to have a lot of damage at that point, and you're going to be drawing green cards, and you're going to be stacking up this green card effect. I feel like that actually, in that situation, this guy could look pretty good, for sure. Is he going to be core on any team? No. I'm just telling you guys right now, in order to be a usable like main character on a meta team, you have to be broken. That's how the game is right now. So this guy does not reach that level, but I guess it'll be a fun character to experiment with. I think the Cover Rescue ability is definitely good. And this ability, I think people are already going to overlook this right here, this Rushing to the Rescue ability where he reduces subcount by 5 on the Rising Rush. Because this actually requires that your enemy keep track of his subcount in their head. Because if you don't know what this guy's sub count is, you just can't rush, because he's just going to switch in and nullify your rush. So that, I think, is honestly going to be his biggest asset here. So we'll see if we can show that off in the upcoming showcase. But in addition to that, we also, I think, have some new equipment as well. Let's go check the archive. Okay, so the first one is this, and this one is for Majin Busag. Okay, so a lot of characters can use this. This is 12% strike defense, 13% blast defense, and 10% HP. Okay, you know, this is actually pretty good. This isn't like, oh my god, this is crazy, but it's actually a very solid equipment. I think this is an equipment where you can just throw it on any character, right? This is one where I'm definitely going to be farming 3 copies of this, and it's sort of just like a filler equipment, right? So if they release, I don't know, like a Majin Buu Saga Piccolo character, or I don't know, like a new Deborah or something like that, where these characters don't really have a lot of equipment options to synergize with their teams, this is an equipment you just put on those characters, right? To just give them a little bit of extra beef. So this is actually a pretty solid equipment, I would say. It's not crazy, but it's definitely good. All right, and then is there an Awaken equipment? I believe there should be, because I think the rush is resetting this week. Yeah, this, I actually didn't farm this yet. I got to do that. But it looks like they're actually awakening this. Okay, so this is for just Vegito. Okay. Already getting buffs for Ultra Vegito. Let's see what this does. All right, so we got strike attack and special move damage by 10% in slot 1. We got either strike or blast attack in slot 2 by 25%. And then we got health and ultimate damage. Okay. This is pretty stupid. What? Okay. So you're getting so much from this. 10%. So assuming you go for strike in slot 2, you're getting 35% strike attack, 10% special move damage, 10% ultimate damage, and 10% HP. Okay, that's pretty good. That's pretty good. I will definitely be. Actually, do I? Yeah, I guess it's probably worth farming 3 of these. You want to get, because most of the Vegitos in the game are strike oriented. I'm probably going to end up trying to get 2 strike ones and then 1 blast one, is what I'll probably try and do here. But this is a very, very good unique equipment, or not unique equipment, Awaken equipment. It's basically a unique equipment. This is basically a unique equipment. This is that good. But yeah, this is definitely one of the, I'm actually really surprised that they released this. Like, what? He didn't need. Okay, so you know what this means? Because I just did my how to use Ultra Super Vegito video where I went over equipment options for him. I already came to the conclusion that I would say that where is it? This one I think is pretty much a must use, just auto include. And then I also said that this is an auto include. So now you have 3 auto include. Like this is just what you use. You use those 2 unique equipments and then you use this. Boom, your Vegito's done. That's what you do. And pretty much, I don't really see there being an argument for a different setup, honestly, for Vegito. That's just what you're going to be doing. So that makes it pretty easy. No need to think about anything. But I think that's going to be it. I think we also have the raid up. Is the raid available right now? Let's go check. I think it is. Yes, the raid is here. The raid boss strikes versus GOHAN. So that's at least something else to do right now. But that's going to be it for this breakdown video. Let me know down below what you guys think about the ZENKAI for the green Ultimate GOHAN, as well as your thoughts on that ridiculous Awakened equipment and the buff for Ultra Vegito, because he really needed a buff, yeah. Anyway, hope you guys enjoyed, and I will see you all in the next one.